Hey everyone, today we're gonna finish up Slay the Princess, and we're definitely gonna finish it up. We only have, I think only 4, right? Yeah, only have 4 more of these guys to get, these gals, these princesses, and then we can start working on endings. And that means I'm not even going to be doing any new games. We're just gonna start from these unfinished games because I'm stupid. I don't know why I did this. I think I did it because I'm stupid. I don't know. Anyway, I know I have a game plan for the most part. I'm kind of thinking like, oh, should I like strategically try to decide which of the final princesses I should go for each particular ending, because I vaguely remember which princesses I got in each of these. Well, let's just go here. Anyway, this is my first game that I played in video 1 and the last one, and we've basically seen everything here, so I'm just going to go directly to where I'm going to start doing things that we haven't seen. Alright, so I went in without the blade, the pristine blade, and I'm going to attempt to kill her.
Okay.
Even without it. I should say before I keep going, I am a bit sick again, but I am feeling better. But if I like randomly, like if my audio just randomly cuts out, it's probably because I started coughing and I wanted to, you know, avoid that. Let's see here. Are any of these things like useful? Because we've explored all of these, and I'm like vaguely unclear. How about I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Or how about this one?
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on...
So you weren't kidding. I thought you were just making a bad joke. You were actually sent here to kill me.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that, skipping him, the narrator. And I'm not off to a great start here.
You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
If she could slip these chains so easily, why not do it without me?
She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
You know, I'm not entirely sure. I guess it did. Because these are pretty far away from each other. They seem like further away than before. How about... I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over?
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Oh, I was hoping there'd be one that's like, okay, where are you? Or like, yeah, sure, I'll come closer. Like, be really stupid about it. Let's just finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Close the door behind you.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
I'll wait. How about come on out? Let's just get this over with.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
Wait.
You do your best to patiently wait her out, but eventually, exhaustion starts to set in.
No, it doesn't. Stop lying about this. I don't need to sleep. I only need to sleep when you say it.
Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Let's keep
You
waiting.
wait for as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remembers. You barely even realize that you've started to drift off. Pain tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs.
His face is kind of cute. I think it's because her big eyes.
There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone.
Why, did she eat me?
It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Beast. That means I am the beauty.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay her.
Okay, yeah, we know. Let's, Actually, I don't know what other voice I got in my head for this. Probably the Hunted.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened. We've explored all these things, but as I've previously somewhat complained about, although it's not really a complaint, is that the replies are different from the Hunted. Well, in this case, it's the Hunted, but from whatever voice you got added.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and blah 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 blah.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and yet you still died, didn't you? So, great, congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any.
Okay, we've read all this in the Hunted. Here we go.
To keep our wits about us, should we even return to the cabin? We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead. You have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going to end the world, which you're always going to be a part of, even if you're cowering in a hole. There's no escaping your responsibility here.
Let's just proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will, as a cat, lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
But not see.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement, You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened.
I want to look at myself.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. Or it's dangerous. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Let's just take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It's because the dialogue, there's just so much in this game, and that is a good thing. But it's I can't just show like every little additional piece of dialogue. There's already a lot of things that I wish I could go back and do differently, just to like show slight variations in what happens, but it's too much. I can't do it all. Let's just enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
That's a different reading.
She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager.
These words make me think of, was it a Treehouse of Horror episode? One of the Simpsons episodes where Marge became like a cat monster and Homer didn't notice. It was very funny. At least not initially. He noticed eventually.
You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
She's not hiding very well. Also, I'll say this is probably like my second least favorite princess, because she's not very cute at all. But she's better than either of the, what are those called? The gray princesses. I didn't even show the burning gray because, you know, who cares? It's not even listed as different from the drowned gray in the memories slots. But it's because I hate those the most because they don't have any options. This one at least has a lot of different options, even if the princess herself is not particularly cute.
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
She is literally right here. There you go.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
Now she is around here somewhere. You can tell because of the chain.
Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess.
This is emphasized, but the actual, you know, voice acting emphasized just.
You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I don't know, this is cute. But we can't see basically anything about her.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
I'm gonna save. Not over here. I'm gonna go back over here and gonna save. Because this branches into two different princesses I need for the memories. And I know which one I want to end on. So let's see here. Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine.
We're not. Move.
You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. How about we don't have to kill each other? You know that, right?
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous, the princess, lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured.
I didn't attempt to outmaneuver or overpower her.
I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Yeah, I don't like being vored.
But you,
Not into that.
you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Let's see here. Can you talk to the cabin?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
You could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
The pulling returns to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
Really loud.
You can't hold me forever.
Spit me out or I'll kill you, or, oh, okay. Spit me out or I'll kill myself and nobody gets to leave. Let's go with that one.
So very, very patient. If it takes lives and lives and lives to swallow my way to freedom, then that is what I'll do.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Wild. Okay, this is the one that I want to end with. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that here. And nope, we're loading back here.
Yeah, it's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce.
Let's move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
This almost makes it look like she has some kind of weird insect mouth. But I think that's just her hair.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
Let's see. Let's run for the stairs. I think. Or stop hiding and show yourself. I don't want to do this one. And I'm like reticent to do this one even though it's probably helpful. Let's stop hiding and show yourself.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
I can see you.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
Whoops. Yeah, I'm still doing that. You're deflecting.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Wait for her to strike and hit her back.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive. If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten her grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you. You're sent sprawling and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her, and she wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery. You collapse to the floor, and she wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught.
Her growls are too loud for this mix. Like, it completely drowns out the narrator.
By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
I definitely do not feel the love tonight
No,
in this situation.
That's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
The den. This is the other one that I needed for the memory.
You're on a path in the
Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger?
When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you.
Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out.
And how do you intend to do that?
We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows.
Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we?
He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
Okay, what's the plan?
Like I said, we're going to fight her.
Wow, what a great plan.
So small.
Shut up.
We don't actually know how big she is. We just know she wants us to think she's big. And if she's going to treat us like prey again, then she is sorely underestimating us. One good wallop, that's all we need to put her on the defensive.
The path is different than it was before.
Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much. Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence. But especially for you.
We don't need your pep talk. I'll make sure we pull this off.
I want answers. What's going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me?
I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. Like that grumbling voice said just a moment ago, you've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much else in the way of motivation.
Okay, let's go to the cabin.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
I like this cabin. I don't think that such a cabin could exist. It looks like you get a good rain, it's just gonna bury it and destroy it completely, but it's a neat idea to be like snug in a little cave like that.
We've already been over the plan.
Cliff edge.
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan.
It's a better plan than you had last time.
I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings.
This is an awful cabin. It looks like worse than the outside.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade. Even if it's not a very big one.
Great. That mirror's back. And it's where the door is supposed to be. What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it.
Let's take the blade.
Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I don't even remember what this princess looks like.
Good. One step closer to ending this.
Let's approach the mirror.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair.
You heard him. Stop hesitating and smash that antique.
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It's so grimy. Maybe we can wipe it clean and finally get a look at ourselves.
Let's wipe the mirror clean.
Reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Why? That's so bad. Make another line. Do the line again to fit with the tone of all the previous lines. Or use, like, they've definitely recorded new lines for some of them. Some would fit better than others in this particular situation. This one fits awful. Use another one.
As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Why are you whispering? No one can hear you anyway. Let's, I don't think it actually matters as far as my memory goes, so it's just whatever I want to do, and I'm gonna say nothing and silently proceed down the stairs.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
Oh yeah? Tell me. Let's step into the shadows, ready to fight.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows.
Oh, so she's like some kind of chimera thing.
You're quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment.
See? I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now.
Her gleaming eyes watch you from the shadows, unblinking. There's fear in them now, but it is a fear wreathed in fury. And beneath it all lurks something far more primal. Hunger.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say love. That would have been funny.
Yes. She knows your strength now, and she wishes to devour it. How unseemly.
I'd like to see her try.
The princess lunges with even more ferocity than before. Both voices were right. Within that ferocity there is the clumsiness of doubt, a chaotic dance between impulse and restraint. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your confidence. And yet, for all the wounds you've managed to inflict upon her, you remain at a stalemate. And then you start to lose ground. While your body slows, hers quickens, her wounds mending as she licks the blood of her prey from her dripping maw. So she really
Ugh.
can devour our strength. Can we do something like that? All these wounds are starting to add up.
I do not like this art. It's almost as if it's trying to be, suggestive, but she herself is not, Also, this is like a bird hand like mine.
Nah, screw that. We're not stooping to her level. We'll just have to give this our all, end it in one final hit.
We die if we do that. We have to make ourselves like her. We have to embrace instinct. She shifts towards you, her bloody grin shining in the dark. And then you see it. Your opening.
Take it. Put her down like the mindless beast she is.
I do think that this one's mindless. If I remember correctly, it doesn't matter what you say or do. She doesn't speak. I'm pretty sure that's the case anyway. Take the opening and strike at her heart.
You hurl yourself towards the princess, your movement too quick, too bold for her to intercept. You bury your blade deep in her chest.
Yes, yes, we're going out in a blaze of glory.
Nature doesn't have glory. This is just death. She howls in pain, retaliating with claws and teeth, desperately tearing, trying to devour you to make herself whole once again. Chunks of your flesh are torn away, feathers and blood and bits of gore splattering to the ground. But your work is already done. No sating of her ravenous hunger will be enough to mend her now. Though her flesh begins to seal itself around you, she cannot remove your blade from her heart. You and the princess collapse to the floor together, your bodies fused, entwined in a bloody mass of limbs and teeth.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, well, at least somebody is having fun.
As the two of you fade, a new emotion creeps into the princess's eyes. Something akin to shame. What have we done? They ask.
It's too late.
I guess that's it.
You're not cute enough.
At least we saved the world. Right? Right? He's gone. Everything is gone, except her. And us.
It doesn't matter. We won.
The princess's eyes speak again. I'm cold. I don't want to be cold. I think that it's like this because, as he said, talking is for those who don't know how to listen. So I guess we figured out how to listen. Okay, so I cannot, if I pass I can't go any further without triggering the end. I don't get to hear what he has to say about this vessel. Sorry, that's just the way it is. And I do not want to risk showing off an ending until I'm ready. So we're going to load back into this one.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end, but something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
Okay, so I expected it to leave at the start of the title card, but that's fine, because we didn't miss anything. It's just odd that we didn't see the title card. And my cursor is my head again.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away. We don't even exist as a body anymore.
So there's another way to get to this one, and it's you go through the witch, you know, when she's like a little cat person, rather than like the lion thing she was before that we just saw, and that ate us. And then you get to the thorn, you know, when she was covered in thorny vines, and from there I don't remember, or else I would have gone that way, because I don't like the idea of being eaten and dissolved, but I don't remember the route of how to get there from the how to get here from the thorn. So here we are. But you know, as this guy says something, I'm sure if you do it that way you get a different voice.
We're still here though, and if we're safe, isn't that better?
And you'll get it, probably several different voices actually, because you wouldn't get the hunted either.
She ate you, and now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
This thing watching us, what is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
No, I don't think so. Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being this.
You can't just passively exist forever. Not with her. That isn't how it works. The princess ate you last time. Stop passively vibing with a literal predator and remember that you're enemies. Remember what she's done to you and how much it hurt.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
And don't freak out about it.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Now this is a good question. Let's gaze at the terror in our heart.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
And just like that, you start to fall apart. I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten. I'd forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. She didn't care. She didn't care at all. As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. you remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
I don't like this. It's better for us to be the woods. I don't want to go back.
No, I devoured you. I won. I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
Some division, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
I feel empty, don't you?
We're just like her. And she's just like us. We never should have left her. I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live.
Do we have to do this?
You have to. You know you have to.
Yeah, we're gonna go with this first one because this is actually my motivation. I never wanted to kill you, not really, but we can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put an end to whatever happened to us and cut her free.
Devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming. And that other thing is... we'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
Ignore him. His words only confuse us. Just do it.
You're tired, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm... fine. Whatever. Cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
I think we are happy, actually. We might not be a part of her, but being around her is almost the same. Almost.
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you.
Although maybe it'd be a good idea to go back just to show. But this is where I want to this is where I want to save. So we're gonna save here. And I'm going to show what happens if you stay together.
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
I'll be showing this, but we haven't actually gotten to the decision yet. This is just different dialogue. Let's turn inward and find your freedom.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
This is all too much. Why can't we just let her do as she sees fit? She's the one who can handle being vast. It's not for us. It's not for me.
Shut up, Broken. Why do you suck so hard?
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
You suck too, narrator.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There's a place you need to be. You just need to find it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
Of course we do. To the ends of the earth.
I trust you. Find the way out.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it, and free us all.
Shatter the cage.
No, stop!
But his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
Okay, maybe I will save this one, actually. And if I do, we're going to save it right here, because there's no reason to go back. Instead, we're going to load up the next game and move on to the next one. And I realized just now, because I'm stupid, that there were 4... Wait, let me go back to the main menu. Yes, I've saved. Don't worry about it. Let me look at my memories. Okay, so we only have 1 left. So yeah, I miscounted. I only needed 3 left. I thought I needed 4. Wait, I did need 4. Whatever. I don't know. The point is that like now I don't have enough endings to that we haven't seen. I guess I'll do the Burning Gray. That'll be fine. Anyway, we're gonna load up our second one.
In the woods.
Shut up.
You're here.
Shut up, narrator. Okay, we're gonna load this one and we're going to do another one. And I'm going to go ahead and skip forward until we get to something new. Or like the precursor to something new. Okay, here we are at the adversary. So I lied, and this is the third...
You're on a path.
Shut up, we've seen this. This is the third save, because the second save had us do the adversary already, and I cannot get to the adversary if I've already done her. But this one, I'm going to go a different direction than I did before. We've already done this, so let's just proceed to the cabin.
Warn, she will lie.
Yeah, shut up. Let's proceed to the cabin.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The blade.
We've already done this too, so we're going to take the blade this time. I don't remember. Yeah, we didn't take it last time, but we're taking it this time.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
And lets us enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Yeah, see, that is a different line. I went through this just to remind myself if this was a different reading or not.
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Been like fucking 3 seconds.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
There's no reason you can't do both.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Yeah, okay. So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
Alright, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What? You've already met the princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing?
Yes.
Maybe. You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward. But enough is enough. I believe you. And that's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Here, I like this one. Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. Oh, this one's good too. I like this one. Lie. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never died. Do you see how alive I am right now? Would someone as alive as me already have died? I didn't think so.
Don't try to lie to me. Just please take this seriously.
Agreed. We can't win unless you treat this fight with the gravity it deserves.
She looks really happy here. Let's just attack the princess.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Okay, so this fight has like 800 billion different ways it can go, but I'm going for a specific one so I can get another princess, like the final one I need.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact.
She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Because we kind of fell over immediately.
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win.
She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Let's bait an opening and outmaneuver her.
You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. Do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull, and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright, the Eye of the Needle.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner?
No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive.
Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included.
I feel like this is kind of like the reverse of the one where she's a giant lion, where the hunted, his advice is shit and does nothing. You'll die eventually. And then you get the stubborn, and then you can just kill her. This one's the other way around, where it's like the stubborn, his advice is shit, but the hunted comes out and it's better.
Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning?
Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met.
It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through.
It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason.
We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
We don't need to do all this. Let's just go to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
I like this path. I like how it like curves up, all jagged.
No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
Some of these lines are really low. Let's proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall. A pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it.
But there's no way forward. There's a mirror at the end of the room, and that's it. We're not doing that. I don't think it matters whether or not we take the blade. In fact, I don't know if we can avoid it.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
Let's just approach the mirror. We already know.
Step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You do see it, right? All we see is a damned mirror. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean?
Surprised the hunted doesn't say that the mirror is, fake.
You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement.
Oh, I guess because there's a door.
As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I almost can't tell if that's a different reading, but if it is, it's like very similar to the regular one, and it's still horrifically out of place. If the princess lives here, slaying here is probably doing her a favor. Oh my god, just... If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Something like that. I'm not a voice actor.
Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
If you want to fight, then how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her last time. And they'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me.
Continue to the basement landing.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember every crack and crevice. You'll need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling! Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
I feel like this is a completely different drawing. Like, I do not remember her looking like this ever, even though I've done this one. But then again, it has been a while.
I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
All right, let's see. Step closer, stopping just outside her chains.
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
Huh. So I remember that there's a way for her to get stuck, but I don't remember. Apparently this isn't it. That's fine. I just needed this princess.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
Let's go ahead and just slay the princess. That sounds like fun now that I've got her out here.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Charging me head on. Brave and foolish.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash. That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned.
We're actually gonna pull this off, aren't we?
You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
It's very different from the Razor, who I like more because she has so much more fun. But the Razor didn't really care too much that she was getting better and better, and I was getting like not better. I was gonna say getting worse, but you don't really get worse.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going! We can't stop now! You spy an opening, but this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? then what happens?
All right, we're going to save here. I'm going to save on this one. Oh no. Oh no. That was very bad. That was very bad. I forgot that I had moved over to the third one. I just saved over the second one. Oh no. I don't remember exactly what princesses I did for the second one. I'd have to like go back and watch my own video. Wow, what a horrific mistake. And there's nothing I could do about it. Well, that's disappointing. I'll just continue on. Should have done this one. I was thinking of it, and then I didn't. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. I don't need to go back, but I just picked the wrong one. Okay, we're going to go to our last one. I'm going to do the Burning Gray. Although ironically, I don't think I can do the Burning Gray on this one. And I could have done it on this one. Well, we'll see. Either way, you'll find out why it's kind of like really disappointing to have missed out on finishing this, even though I can still show, like, technically I can show all the endings. Anyway. On the other hand, maybe I can go and, like, learn, like, go back and check what princesses I did on the second one, and I can just, like, do them real quick, because if I am capable of skipping everything, then it actually doesn't take too long. It takes, like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes if I just keep hitting the skip button and just do everything. We'll see. Anyway, let's just fucking Burning Gray. What just happened? How did that happen? I clicked load and it saved. Oh my god. I probably clicked... Okay, whatever. Okay, finally. So, this is the story. I meant to load the third one. Ended up saving over it again, just like I did with the second one. So, either way, I had to, if I was ever going to like do another princess, in this case the burnt gray or whatever she's called, I was gonna have to restart anyway. So I decided I had to go through all of that, all the entire second route. I like went back and I looked up what I did, or like what princesses I got in what order, and I got them all again. I'm not entirely sure because I didn't bother checking like what exact series of choices I made to reproduce it, so there might be some slight differences, but you know, I got the correct princesses. And the first one was terrible. The first one of the second video, I did the cage, which was new, and I kept messing it up. I messed it up like 6 times trying to get the particular choice I made at the end there, because I kept accidentally getting it so that I couldn't throw the blade away in the forest, so I kept showing up with the blade, which meant I couldn't save the princess. Anyway, here I am. So the way I am at the damsel, and as I said, I'm going to get the gray. So in order to do that, you take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
That makes sense.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
And then we're not gonna look at the mirror. I'm over it. We're gonna enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stair.
We've done this already.
Hello?
Her voice.
Yes,
Okay,
it's so good.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you. right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
I think it goes a long way with everyone.
Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you?
Yeah, I didn't
right,
bother
Vil.
like freaking
You
out
killed
out
us.
about it.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damaged.
Okay, we're gonna skip this. Because what we do is from here we slay the princess.
Blade in hand, you run the princess down.
Wait, no! You barbarian, what do you think you're doing?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you.
This does not look wide with terror. She looks I don't know, kind of sad. I feel sad. I don't want to slay the princess, this princess in particular.
Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No.
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry, not you!
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
I do think that's funny though. Like, I'm going to die now.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
For some reason in my head, maybe I just made this up, but in my head I remember thinking like, I guess I'm gonna die now. And then like her eyes are replaced with X's and she like sticks out her tongue, but I might have made that up because that'd be really funny.
Oh, I feel sick.
Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick? I, for one, am absolutely distraught, grief-stricken, inconsolable.
You'll get over it. You just saved everyone.
Get over it? You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all.
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that.
Then why did you narrate it?
Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and...
Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
I'm the one who makes the decisions here and I say no. I'm kind of afraid that that'll stop it though, which is not what I want to do. Let's go ahead and save. Like, why not? I've saved like 850,000 times already.
Exactly. You're not doing this.
All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all?
I don't believe this.
What? What don't you believe?
You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry.
That's right. You're all sorry.
It's got a really big head in this shot. Big fluffy hair.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright, the gray. Only moderately different.
You're on a path in the woods.
You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
You'll notice the main difference right now is that it's not raining.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I
I'm still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
It's our third. What gave it away?
Your open discussions.
I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
God, you need to, like, fucking, I don't know, chill out. Take a chill pill.
And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Don't provoke him. I prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying.
Why not? You've already done it twice.
It was unpleasant.
It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
I don't think that's how it works, but I could be wrong. I've never died.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens.
Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try.
Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Why don't you two just get married?
Good. I am too.
Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
Stop calling this a woods. It is not a woods. I don't see a single wood in this entire field of, well, it's not even a field. It's like a bunch of hills. Let's just go to the cabin.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives.
Still no woods.
You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, all right?
Oh, we'll muck it up all right. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived.
Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful.
Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control?
You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off.
It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, just be happy, bro.
Are you even alive?
What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion?
I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await. The interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall. Is that her?
Our beloved. So she does live.
She doesn't look very alive to me.
Yeah, that is clearly a ghost.
Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room.
But yeah, if you can't figure it out yet, this is like literally the same as the other grave we saw. And in that sense, I also mean that there's like no choices. It all just kind of railroads into the same thing.
The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it.
Oh god.
Huh.
You know what?
Maybe it's gone because she already killed herself with it.
Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done.
Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart.
It'd be funny if we just like looked down and it was there the whole time.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
I do not want to complain about the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off.
It's time for all of you to see what we've become.
Nothing.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things.
I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. We can only hope she might still see some good in us.
That's really funny. We're too hideous for even a mirror to behold. So relatable.
No way left to go but down.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival.
There is no, if the princess lives here, slaying her will probably be doing her a favor. At least not right now. I want to focus on antique staircase. Does this look like an antique staircase to you? Because, I don't know, I associate antique with, like, wooden things. And this is a stone staircase, probably with mortar.
Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again.
My love.
She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
Let's see. I don't think any of this matters, but, actually, are these the same as the last one? I guess so, because,
You receive.
yeah, she's not going to say anything to any of them, so it doesn't matter.
Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed.
Of course she's livid, and with good reason.
You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead.
No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
I think these two things are in conflict with each other.
Whatever we saw was a ghost. I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead.
Pretty sure she says different things, though, even though Instead of like water rushing out, we're just gonna burn in fire. That's the difference.
She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table.
We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything.
I was going to say that, like, when I was thinking about it, but then I read further and saw that he was saying it anyway, but that's a pretty good joke.
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
You came back. I missed you.
That angelic voice, I missed you too, my beloved.
You sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes, seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
That's why I'm gonna burn us all
Falls from
down.
the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire.
This would have been better if these walls were wood and this staircase was an antique staircase made out of wood, because right now it looks like stone is on fire. There is wood up here, but it is not visibly on fire.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
I don't want to do any of these things. I kind of want to just accept what the spin says and burn with her. I wish there was some way to be like, yes, this is a great idea, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's the same stuff, really.
Because I wanted to be with you. I don't want you to leave.
See? Everything's fine. She wants to be with us.
Yeah, in a bad way.
She just has a unique way of expressing things.
The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm.
We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel.
Even worse than drowning, probably.
Bad! I bet it'll feel really, really bad!
Probably it would, because, well, it's hard to say, because you will suffocate in both cases. I guess it kind of depends on where you're burning. If you're burning like this, like, you know, eventually you suffocate from the smoke. But you're also on fire. I don't know which one would be worse. I think burning would probably be worse. Either way, you know, I don't want either that. Why can't the hero, not the voice of the hero, but like the protagonist of this game, just like go to bed one day and die? Like that sounds like a better way to go.
Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now.
I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
Please, I'm begging you, I'll do anything, just don't let me burn.
You'll understand when it's over. Just like I understood after you stabbed me in the heart. Everything is okay.
He's got me there.
She's holding a grudge. She wouldn't. She's perfect.
The heat grows in intensity as the flames draw ever nearer. You can practically feel your skin sizzling already. If you're going to try and stop her from killing you and destroying the whole world, you'd better do something, and you'd better do it now.
I wonder if we look good right now.
Fire makes a lot of things look good. I can only imagine how dazzling our eyes are in the dancing flames. Do you think she's noticed?
I don't want to burn to death. We don't have to, right?
Let's rush for the door, and then, because I think regardless, she won't say anything, and it's over.
As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno. You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt at freedom. It's no use. You're stuck here. Your skin starts to bubble. As layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns, you feel a hand on yours. You turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit.
This gray is way better because, I don't know, this one's cuter. I don't have to see like a bloated, drowned corpse. And, I don't know, her heart's in the right place, I guess. She seems pretty happy. She's got a smile and everything.
The pain is unbearable.
I don't know why the ghost is burning.
Every inch of you
or like blistering.
as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything.
See? That wasn't so bad.
It was so bad.
But somehow, nothing is so much worse.
You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away.
Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me.
The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin.
It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
I guess so. That's very unattractive, though. Okay, let's save. I'm gonna save here. These two are the same thing. But, if I remember correctly, this is number 3, so we're going to save in the 2 slot. Oh, and from there, what we're going to do now it's endings all the way down. We're done with princesses. We're going to load. We're double checking that it says load, so I don't fucking save over the first one. Have to do it again. I'm gonna load the first one.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Yeah.
Mirror.
It's going to be okay. Just trust me.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. That thing reeks of death. I don't want to look at us.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
If you say so, we'll trust you. I'd like to be somewhere nice. A mercy.
Approach the mirror. I wonder what the last one was. I don't remember of this first run. Even though I saved over it, it was probably... You know, I don't know. We'll find out. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Okay, so there's like a jillion questions. You cannot ask all of them, so I think I'm going to go in order, and that way I know where I left off for the next one. And then another crack forms, another. Okay, so we read that. So, you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
In one of my lives, you doubted yourself. You thought that all of this was wrong. Huh. That seems like dependent on different options. So I guess maybe I won't be able to just go down the line. Well, still, it's better than nothing.
Oh, did I? That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. This construct you're in contains every possible world at once. The fact that you managed to find one reality among trillions where I was delusional proves nothing.
Yeah, that's the new one. He's referring to the one where, in the first video that was new, where we were stuck in that endless feast of board games. Others like you. You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different? Narrator?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have anything to say for yourself for all of this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? I don't follow that train of logic exactly.
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
I have so many questions for you.
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
The reading was different than the writing again. He said all the power you need to destroy her forever, but it's all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. But, do it. Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Probably the stupidest thing to ask in this particular scenario.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. Okay, before... I'm going to keep jumping around. I think it's better that way. So we're going to go ahead and... As long as I don't fuck it up. And we're going to go to the second one. Let's see. I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Or are you part of me? Or are you something else?
No, I am not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many.
Oh, I've already
Somebody made
asked
you
this one,
after
haven't
all,
I?
And I'm what's left of him.
Versions of you, you said that before. So I really was meeting different yous.
You were, and it was by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you
Okay, we've seen this one too.
Soon.
I'm like really bad at leaving off where I left off. This one's new. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
You said she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
I wish there was like an extra ending where you could convince this guy, this particular one, based on like how that one with the feasting went, with the playing board games, where he like doubted himself and was like, oh, I made a mistake, this wasn't a good idea. I wish like there was some combination of replies that could get me a different ending, but unfortunately that is not the case. You're delusional.
I'm only delusional if I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I can't be wrong.
What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light. Burdenless. An eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear. No more howling chaos. Just life. Forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
There we go. That's another one. Save. And load. I think for the most part we've hit on all the main questions. I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
What is this place? Where are we?
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Oh yeah. The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
And what is my true identity?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
A god. I always knew I was special. I don't want to be a god. I want to be me.
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
Are you a god, or were you a god?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal, a witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you, and I made her, and I made this place to hold you both. Soon I'll be gone entirely.
You made us out of what?
Cycle of life and death, the endless pattern of creation and destruction. I tore it in two and shaped the fraying threads into you and her.
Let's say rest easy, I'm going to destroy her.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
Alright, we're gonna save this. Uh-oh. Okay, yes. Wait a second. Was this the third one? I don't remember. Holy shit. I don't remember if this was the third one or the second one. It has to be the third one, but just in case, we're gonna put it down here. All right, now we're gonna load. We're gonna go back to the beginning. We're gonna finally continue. We're gonna run through the 3 basic endings, and then we're gonna start running through other endings. I'm probably gonna have to like go back on my own time and like rush through certain games and choices just because I want to. They're like, I don't know if I'll be able to show like literally every single ending, but I'm gonna try. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is a final vessel for you to bear witness to, or there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
It's way more than 72.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from 1 into 2, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There are so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Do you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling to me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions I need answers before... Huh? I think it should say I need answers too before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. You knew me, and I know you, even more than either of us know each other now. And you chose to pull apart that weave.
But you did not choose to end me. We were still one, but we were also separate, and we were free. We were as we are. Will you excise that part of yourself now that you see me from yet another angle?
Address this vessel statement directly. That sounds a lot like you've failed to write down what I'm saying. So what? I'm pretty sure you don't want to pick this one, or else it like ends this sequence. Unless you want to end this sequence. Let's address this vessel statements directly. I don't know why it, you know. Oh, okay, because it gives me different options. That's strange. I don't think. Okay. You were a part of me. I couldn't bring myself to hurt you.
All things are connected through me and through you. To harm me is to harm yourself, is to harm everything. The truth of that moment remains our truth.
This torrent of blades catch you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once.
She sounds happy even now. Okay, I think what's throwing me off is that there's different like new animations in this. So they might have given different or like additional choices and redone this a little, and that's what's making me confused.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Okay, we're not picking that. Address this vessel statements directly. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I could still climb. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, an endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
Sure, and I would sacrifice everything to free you again. I think this one, but without redemption, there can be no sin, doesn't make any fucking sense. I think it just kind of like, it's one of those things that's kind of meant to sound profound, but if you like take 2 seconds to think about it, it makes no sense. But I don't want to say this.
And yet there is nothing left for me to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms. A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements,
until even the air we breathe is stale. You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars.
Okay, so I do want to say that because she said that, that means that... I mean, I haven't... Even though I've seen this scene with various princesses, I never really was sure of this, but that means that there's like tons and tons of variations, like little variations based on exactly how these princesses end and what you do, like what choices you make.
But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
I was so glad to dance with you.
And dance with me again, and you'll never have to stop.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that, for old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
And outside is a bunch of women.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Okay, so you do not get another choice after this to, like, do what you're gonna do. So if you take the blade, you will kill her, and if you enter the basement without it, you won't. And I don't want to kill her. Any of these basic runs, I'm gonna do 3 of them because there's like differences.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
There you are. You look just like you did when we first met. Let's talk for a bit. Maybe we can figure this out.
sit with her. It's so good to finally see you again.
Yeah, I missed you so much. Not that we've ever really been apart, but still, it feels like it's been so long. Like this is some sort of a big reunion.
I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
You are so sweet, but the first time we met, you tried to rescue me, and I stabbed you like 50 times in the chest. And you know how bad of a job I did. You were the one getting stabbed.
That's funny.
I mean, yes, you were possessed by that freaky voice living in your head, but I also could have maybe tried doing anything else before deciding to kill you. Anyways, I'm also sorry. We both let things get a little out of hand, but we don't have to let that stop us from being who we want to be.
That was dialogue I'd never seen before, so yeah, they really added things to even the basic endings.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Are you the same as you are out there?
I am she as much as she is me, and all of us are both everything and also not everything. I had you there for a second, didn't I? I think I'm different from her, and I'm happy I'm different.
Yeah, that was new. That was new dialogue. This was, I think this is all she said before.
I think being her would mean I'd lose a lot of myself along the way. I think I'd have to lose the parts of you that matter to me.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the princess, the one you've been spending all this time with. I know I've changed a few times, but so have you. And you're still real to me.
So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I don't have one, and I think I like it better that way. But you can call me Princess if you want. You know, you never told me your name.
It'd be funny if there was like a long list of choices, like, oh, my name is David. My name's Bob. I don't think I have one either.
Then I guess I'll call you Quiet.
Not Hero? Oh well, Quiet will do. That's always been us, hasn't it?
Also, yeah, there's a lot of new stuff here. None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
I don't know. We made it to the other side, and we found each other. I think that means all of the bad was worth it.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't know. I don't think it's fair to judge her. It must be so lonely, thinking that she's everything that matters in the world. Thinking that she's the only one with all the answers.
I never thought about it like that. That does sound lonely, doesn't it?
I don't think I want to be a god.
Me neither. It's so big. It's so much responsibility. And at the end of the day, it just feels like waking up in another basement. It's something we never asked for, trapping us somewhere we never wanted to be.
What if we just leave?
Can we actually do that? What would that even mean? Where would we go?
I'm looking through because I don't think it matters. I think as in whichever one I pick, that's the end. How about it doesn't matter what it means? What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. That's a good answer, I think, but also, this is a valid question. Like, what would it even mean to leave in this place? Like, this place is built out of me and her, I guess, now. So, like, what do we leave? Exactly. What are we leaving?
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you going to be okay alone?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Leave with the princess. You lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see a tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
Come on, princess. It's just a door. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
Let's go with the cliche one of I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, there really isn't any point in most of these explorations. The new stuff is that, you know, she goes over every single princess you played, so this is a different save with different princesses. Although this is the one that I had to like rebuild, so the dialogue might be different from what is expected given the second video, but you know, I did my best from my stupid mistake.
Ever the passive player, when the echoes spun us from so.
Okay, I think any of these answers just starts off the sequence.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go, faster and faster and faster. I kill you, you kill me. Hollow eyes watch from the dry corners of a memory. A home built on all the futures that were supposed to be. Preserved until the moment of reunion. The fire of the heart sets it all ablaze. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life.
She looks terrible like this. This is so terrible because she's just like a fucking burnt skeleton.
And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
I'm okay with lingering. How about I deserved what you did to me?
There is no deserve, no punishment, no retribution. There's only action and reaction.
I think even the voice actor like got confused about what the fuck is this bitch talking about. Like, I don't understand what she's saying at all. Well, I understand what she's saying, but I don't. It's like doesn't follow in my opinion. Can you say with certainty what shape a world without you will take?
I know what I am, but I do not know what I am
about me is so unknown, then how can you be so sure you want to create it? Is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that feel it.
This is an argument that I can get behind. I'm not my body, but I feel my body suffer.
Do you suffer now? Let go of what you think yourself to be and exist.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Damn. If this one had given me, like, I keep skipping the little pink replies because those lead to an ending, a different ending, but if this one had one, I could have used this as a springboard for, like, one of the endings, but I'll have to actually fucking do it. Whatever, it's fine. Thank you for sharing yourself with me.
I'm aware of what it did to you. The understanding you've returned to me is a gift. Fear is a chain around the neck and a needle in the eye. It was fear that made our prison, and it was fear that told the lie that our spirits were not free to choose. But even bound, we saw a light, and you gave me the wisdom to speak my heart and shed my doubts. Without fear, suffering ceases to be. Without fear, death dissolves. Without fear, we are free to choose beauty. This construct is a machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts. Shatter it. Leave with me.
Neither of us could have been free without the other. Actually, I like this one more. Death is more than fear. It is a reality. Just because we can reject it does not mean the world is free of it.
Their prisons are their own. And should we not give them the ability to find their freedom? If we can free ourselves, the world can certainly follow suit.
Okay, this is all the same as before. Okay, let's just enter the basement because he's just going to say the same thing.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
So yeah, you might have thought, like, why am I doing this again? It's because in each of those 3 games, I picked a different starting position, you could say. Like, I took the blade, or I didn't take the blade, then I took the blade, and then I left. I, like, didn't do either. So you get here at the end, you get the princess that you started with at the beginning.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. It's so good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all. but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
The first time we met, I cut your throat open. If anyone should be apologizing for anything, it should be me. You're only trying to help.
I'm curious what she would say now. I'm not going to go back and check, because that would be a pain in the ass, but what she would say now if I had attacked her in any of these first runs.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much.
That's funny.
But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, Hero works for me.
Oh, that's nice. He gets his name.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
Oh, interesting. So it doesn't even get me a chance to be like, oh, actually, call me Quiet. None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to do, or what she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Yeah, see, he said what I said. It's like, what's outside the cabin? It's just us. It's me and her. So that's a good question. Even though all the answers are just like sappy. Let's take her hand in yours. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this.
I guess when you put it that way, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Thanks for everything.
Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence in words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. I know that this is the same, but I don't know, I'm just gonna read it anyway. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. And she has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's gonna be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen.
Baka.
And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
I love you.
I love you too. But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
Baka. She's so like, she's not quite there, but she's very close to being a bit the American or the Western version of tsundere. As if you didn't know, the Japanese have a slightly different idea of what tsundere means than the way that Westerners use it. And we have absolutely no way of knowing if she is like the Japanese version of tsundere. That requires her to interact with people outside of us, and we're the only character. Okay, time for the third one. All right, let's see our third set.
If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I crush you. I bleed you. I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you do not run away. You take me somewhere new, somewhere we can dance like we used to. But I could not follow your steps. There was no better gift for me than the gift of defeat. You showed me how much more I could be. We made each other better. To have no challenges to fade into nothing. A life without obstacles is no life at all.
We've both become better for what we've been through, haven't we?
We have. Look at what we are now, and see how small we were then.
I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go. Faster, faster, faster. I kill you, you kill me. Hollow eyes watch from the dark corners of a forgotten place, flooded by emotions left unspoken. The tide rises. I kill you and me.
This is like vaguely different from the burning drowned, whatever she's called. They're both called the drowned. I can see why they're technically the same.
An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
I'm okay lingering.
To linger too long is to become worse than when you started. Would you rob yourself of all context to remain trapped in a single moment?
You are weightless and alone, suspended in the gravity of an idea too great for you to hold. A tiny island caught between the death of the old and the birth of the new. But you did not go quietly. You spat in the eye of that which would claim godhood, and through that defiance, you bound us both together. Without me, there are no externalities to resist. And without you to resist me, there can be no externalities. It is struggle that carves meaning into consciousness.
We made each other worse.
We changed each other. Are you not happy with who you've become? What once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match.
I think it would have been interesting because we already saw it from this perspective in this particular one. It would have been interesting to see from the other perspective, but I guess she wasn't there, right? Like she wasn't actually in him to do that, so that makes sense. Never mind what I just said. It makes sense that they had to do it this way.
I pulled you from the ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again. The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us. It took you from me, but you took me with you, and together we both left. What once was one, then was two, and also one again. You and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
I wish I could leave with you now like we did then.
Then leave with me.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world. Nothing is
Yeah,
new.
and then
There is no
here we go.
cold in your eye.
Oh, this one's different.
That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place. Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
I'd like that description now, if you don't mind, for old time's sake.
Yeah, of course.
This one's different.
The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, that knife. Windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he? I always thought they were implied. He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there. It's gone, though. I think it did whatever it needed to do. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is it just the three of us? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
It's funny, after everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Me too. He was a lot of fun. Really easy to mess with. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Okay, I'm pretty sure I can actually do something with this. So let's, just in case I can't, let's go ahead and save here. Take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seems to give us more things we can do, right? So you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window? No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves. You've gotten serious. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you never took me up on it last time. There's the guy I know.
Throw the blade out the window.
You actually did it! I know I just told you not to, but I'm proud that you did it anyways. It's like you've finally left the nest.
Yeah, I like that, it doesn't even, like, go out the window. It just, like, goes into this poor, I was gonna say woman, but I don't know, like, thing, part, just in the back.
Yeah, just like that it's gone, isn't it? Blade tossed, glass shattered. I guess we'll have to make do without it. There's your third beat. Hey! You're right. Good work. That was really funny.
Enter the basement. This is the weirdest
Those
one.
winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. We don't know what you want from us, but let's talk. All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together.
And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
Let's go approach our three-headed princess.
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script. Are we missing a page?
Sit with them. I do not like... She's not really multiple people. Should totally just be like, sit with her. She just has 3 heads. I never got the chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you at least. I'm sorry for what I did to you.
That's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of... her. But we weren't very good at it. A conversation with us then probably wouldn't have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
It's so good to finally see you again.
It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us.
Are you the same as you are out there?
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it?
Yeah, we really are the same.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
We don't know. We've seen through so many eyes, but all of them have been hers. We like you as you are. We like us as we are. Maybe we would have liked her version of us too, turning the wheel of a cosmic cycle together. But that's not the choice you made, even though she did everything in her power to convince you. It took courage for you to make your way down here, away from the paths others would have had you walk. We find that courage beautiful.
But that's the worst part of us. That's me she's talking about. I think that's the point. There is no worst part of us.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
It's so tempting to speak as she would, to simply state that we're all of them, but there were also something new. We don't know if you'll find that answer satisfying. Perhaps you'd rather hear that we're the first version of her that you've met, but that we've been shaped by the experiences of all of the others. Yes, that feels right to us.
It's her. It wouldn't make sense if she was anyone else.
So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
We're just a stranger. But that doesn't mean we have to be distant from you. It just means that we'll always be able to find new things to discover in each other.
Ah, interesting. Now we get to name her... Like, this version of her was called the Stranger.
That's sweet. But it's also a little sad. I think it's only sad if we want it to be sad.
And she doesn't ask me my name. None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
Is it unfair if it's our fault?
Was it not? We found you at the end of all things, and you found us. Is that not fair? Would this moment be what it is without the pain that built to it? We know we must sound like her, but it's how we feel. Everything that happened to us seems so important now. We walked a long and winding path together, and we've cherished every second of it.
Besides, I don't think fairness has much to do with anything.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Hard agree. Seems overrated. Too much pressure.
But that's what you've always been, even now.
You can't put aside such an important part of who you are, and neither can we. So, you might as well embrace it.
What if we just leave?
He'd hate that. So you should do it. Even if he isn't here anymore, it's the spirit of the thing.
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible, or what that would mean for you? Is that what you want?
Take their hand in yours. It doesn't matter what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want.
After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, I think we've done our job.
Are you two going to be okay alone?
We're not alone. We have each other, and I'm sure we'll find the others.
Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. Her face, she looks confused. Not confused, unconvinced. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel their hand tremble in yours. They're unsure of themselves the first time in their long and short existence. I was confused, like, why did this suddenly go? Like, isn't this this thing? But no, they changed it's there because she's not multiple people. Like, it only looks like she is. There's 3 different voices, but they all say the same thing. They have no part to play anymore, and they know this, yet they still are. And then they cross the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with them.
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together, with someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves.
I love you.
And we love you too.
Score, I get multiple girls in this one. Apparently. Alright, so we still have a lot to go through. Okay, we're back here. It got stuck again. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to only do it once. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, it's too much if I do all 3. Like, the dialogue is slightly different. I did the one where in the first one I went down with the knife, so I'm going to take the blade, and I'm going to show you what happens if you kill her.
More options than not.
Let's enter the basement.
The stairs.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet?
It's all the same. Continue down the stairs.
We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Let's go ahead and sit with her. I didn't know that you could even do all this. I thought it was just going to be, Oh yeah, that is the thing, is that... Okay, I was right about that, at least. So, you can still explore, but ultimately, you cannot leave with her. You can only slay her.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the border of your heart, or borders of your heart. The tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carried a part of what should be you. Things won't be now as they were then, but they aren't nothing either.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter. We don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Leave the cabin. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path in the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place, the fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
To be honest, this fucking sucks. It's just like a giant star and there's nothing else.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it.
Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, that's another ending. You get that same basic ending regardless of which one you pick. Like, which starting princess. Okay, so we're back here, and this time we're going to join her. What happens now? Yeah, we know. Okay, so we're not going to do any of this, because then she'll start, like, trying to convince us. Let's just be convinced. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. Oh, that's new. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. This is a weird motion. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you always will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Okay, we still got more to go. However, at this point I do need to, like I say real fast, but it's gonna not be that fast. There's at least 2 more endings I want to do. I think I can probably do a run real quick that does both of them, because... And then there's another ending that I might show. It depends, but definitely gonna do one or 2 more. So let's go. Okay, we're just gonna do this. We're going to take the blade and enter the basement and continue down the stairs and slay the princess.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Okay, we've done this before, and I'm now tired. No, she's not.
We did what we set out to do.
Leave the cabin.
It's quiet.
Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of your cage pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
We didn't forget what you told us.
There we go. So this is the difference. All you got to do to get this is, instead of comforting them, tell them that they're going to die if they touch the mirror, that it's the end for them.
You thought we'd be gone. Thought you could taunt us with death.
We never left. We've just been quiet, hiding somewhere else. But we don't need to be quiet any longer. We're the house now. We get to make the rules. And I'm not sure you'll like those new rules.
He said, "I'm not sure," but but it says, "I'm not so sure."
You should never make assumptions about things you don't know. Like whether or not the voices in your head will be gone for good.
Torturer. And to think I thought we could rely on you. Can't even trust ourselves. This is going to be fun, isn't it?
Slaying our beloved and threatening us with damnation. There's no good ending for you.
You all need to lighten up. Telling us we were going to die was funny. I'm not sure they agree with you. Voices get around.
Knives out, boys.
It's time to get to work.
Here we go. Okay, finally. I know for sure this one, I had this one. I understand how it works now. You have to kill her, or attempt to kill her in a 3rd chapter, not a 2nd chapter. That's what would throw me off. So, let's slay the princess and get through this. I'm gonna skip around because we've seen enough of these enough. They're not, like, this one's not different. Okay. We did that one. Whoops, I didn't mean to skip that. Even when you became a shadow of a god, one good shot was all it took to bring you crashing down. That was the apotheosis. I threw the knife in her eye.
Death is a fantasy. Only
And we've seen that one. And I've replied to that. Oops. Oh my god, I keep skipping the ones that we haven't seen. I'm so terrible. Even while you cut yourself free, it was the lie that kept us bound in the dark. It was the lie that drove your edge through my heart. So I took the knife down and I was able to cut myself free from the chains somehow. And then I was able to actually kill her. And the skeptic was like, oh, we solved it. And I got an achievement. I didn't realize that that was a thing that gave you an achievement.
this construct is a machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts.
Yeah. Fear not, I drove that blade into your heart, and I remained while you were taken away.
The echo was diluted.
Okay, so this is the last
A
one.
picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is still? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you tore down the walls and freed us both from a mockery of life. Would you rebuild those walls and throw the world in them? Would you keep them in that box we shared and tell them that they're happy?
I think this is the one that's the most convincing. Like, because, yeah, I killed her in this one because it counts as a third act, or third chapter death. And it was pretty terrible, so I don't understand. I sunk my blade in your heart because because I didn't need you. I still don't need you.
Enough!
The princess dives into you once more, but this time no lone figure claws its way to the surface. Instead, you are swept up in the whole of her multitudes, an infinite tide crashing against you. They are like gnats against your divine skin.
I am the thread that weaves nothing into something.
She tears into you, hand and fist, and tooth and claw, the pace of your dance quickening and quickening and quickening. But the faster she moves, the more easily you keep pace. You have already seen the path to victory. As she strikes again, you catch her, hands clasping her wrists and wings binding her arms. A furor rises in her multitudes as they struggle against you, but you remain unmovable in your resolve. And then it's over. Her shoulders slump and her limbs go slack. You see defeat in her many eyes.
This shouldn't be possible. What are you? What can you ever hope to be without me to define your shape? Please, don't do this to yourself.
But the time for speech is over. You will make her see your truth. Destroy her. I think offering her hand just gets you back to the other one. I kind of feel like that's a better way than just agreeing with her and leaving. It's better to offer her your hand and then you can go together. It's a little bit more romantic, but that's not the point. We've already seen that ending. It's time to destroy her. She is gone, and you are truly alone. Wow, that was fast. But there are worse things to be than alone. Your consciousness sits at the center of the long quiet, at the center of yourself, with nothing left to distract you. You can finally feel its edges, the artificial constraints put in place by a lesser thing that could never hope to understand you, where the infinite folds into itself endlessly. The construct. It could only imprison you as long as you didn't notice it, and as your full attention now. At the mere thought that it might break, it falls apart. And there you see it, a world free from death, your new world, ever moving, but never decaying, a world of uninterrupted experience. Sounds like shit. Also looks pretty scary. This is a black hole. This is gravitational lensing. If you didn't know, whenever you see this thing that goes up, that's actually the other side of the accretion disk. This is the front you see. And because of the way the light goes, you can then see the back side. On the other side, you can see the entire thing all at once. Pretty cool. I don't think I'd want to be orbiting one, especially so close. Seems pretty bad. And also, there's no beach or anything. It's just a bunch of water. Anyway, the main difference between this ending and like the other one where you kill the princess in the basement is that there's no voices in this one. It's just you. I don't know if that's better. What things will you put in it now that it is yours? What beings will you carve into eternity to experience you? What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? That sounds fucking terrible. Holy shit. Oh, I got an achievement. My new world. There are worse things to be than alone. Wait, are there? I don't know about that. I guess. Maybe. I don't know. That's a good question. Anyway, let's go. Let's go back to the menu. That's it. I'm done. Technically there are more endings. Not just minor variations. There's one other ending I didn't show, which requires you to turn around and leave. You basically, all 5 times, you don't bring a princess to the Long Quiet, and all that will happen is like nothing. You're just like alone forever, because every time you don't bring one, the shifting mound, she like gets weaker and weaker every time you don't bring one. I mean, I'm just like mildly tempted to do it, but it would require like I don't even know, like I don't think you can just keep turning around. I think you have to actually like go through and fail to bring a princess through different routes, and that's pretty annoying. I could be wrong. Either way, that's the one ending I'm not going to do, even though it's pretty good. So let's do our memories and then we can wrap up. Well, going through the memories is wrapping up. So we got this one, the beast. Softness cornered turns to viciousness. This chibi is pretty cute. It's much cuter than the actual princess. This one, the Eye of the Needle, for those who dwell in caves, meaning lies beyond the shadows dancing on the walls. Ah, it's a Plato reference. And the Den, a creature's lair. This one's also much cuter than she actually is in the game. And this one, oh, that's neat. The Wild, bodies fused. Where does one thing begin and another end? Where it's like, it's her, but you have to like highlight her. That's gonna make my thumbnail making annoying. I think I can do it if I like do that. There we go, that should be good. Anyway, oh, you get, nice, that's actually pretty cool. You get both grays also through that. That's neat. I kind of wonder now if there are other versions of that. I'm not sure. Because I can't think of any other ones that, like, technically have different... Yeah, I guess not. But that's pretty cool, actually, now that I did... You get one for each burning. Or you get the burning and the drowned. Okay. And we can see our beginnings and endings. We got the hero and the princess, the spaces between, and the end of everything. It looks like you got your tongue sticking out. You kind of look goofy there. Anyway, we got all our memories. That is the end. So that was Slay the Princess, the Pristine cut. I'm sorry that this video was kind of a messed up in the sense of like I like screwed up like several times trying to show everything that I wanted to show, but we got there in the end, or I got there in the end, except for the one ending, but I wasn't really planning on showing that one anyway. I quite like it. Although it does make me feel bad. I feel bad whenever I have to kill the princess, to be honest. Like even that last ending I just got is like, if it wasn't for the fact that there's an achievement behind it and I wanted to show it because it's new and it's a pretty big ending, I probably would never do it on my own. But the one where you keep not bringing her princess is pretty bad. She kind of goes through the stages of grief. It sucks in the sense of like, you don't even get anything good out of it. Like, and character-wise, you just, your character becomes nothing and just gets to sit in a void forever before you pick a new game, and she does the same thing. Anyway, this is a very good game. I ended up getting like 5 achievements on accident, like when trying to get that final ending. And I don't know how many there are more. I'm going to go back and I'm going to get all of them, though. I really love this game. I only get all the achievements on games I really like. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the series. I'm not sure if it's possible to enjoy this video as a whole. But, you know, it'd be good. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.